Hi there, welcome back to another project update for my large scale Killa Kan. Over the last couple of weeks I've been working on the contraption between the can's legs. This is presumably supposed to be part of the hydraulic system for the leg pistons. As I briefly mentioned last time, I added the sides for the raised section that wrap around the cylinder at the bottom of the can body. I then attached the cover onto the radius in stages to make gluing easier. This all dried nicely, without much in the way of gaps or distortion. Next up was to create the box which hangs from the curved section. Starting with pieces for the sides with the radius cut out, I offered these up to the model, allowing me to determine the necessary angles and measurements. By building the bottom of the can up in layers, I do wonder if I've missed an opportunity to potentially have a compartment to store batteries for possible LED lighting. This armour plate was a simple construction of a rectangle of plastic with some strips around the edges to build up the depth. I then distressed the edges and added bolt heads to match the original model. Moving on to the little box of pipes, buttons and dials, I built its basic structure from 1.5mm plastic card. Note the small piece of corrugated texture sheet positioned behind the cutout, which will look like a grill from the front. For the rounded part where the pipes are attached, I used a section of 12mm tube, around which I wrapped a couple of layers of 1mm strip to make the collars. This was then glued into the top of the box section, completing the basic assembly. I then prepared the various detail parts, including a small box, a piece of pipe and some bolt heads. These were then stuck on just like this. When I finish building bits like this, I have to resist the temptation to start painting them, as I'm eager to see the full effect. There is also another panel inside the box, with some more button type shapes and what looks like a little gauge. I mounted these onto a sheet which was then glued in place. Finally, here are the pieces mounted beneath the can body. I managed to source some 10mm diameter corrugated tubing, which I have on order, so I'll be able to add this further down the line. Well, that's all for this update. As always, thanks for watching.